Welcome to another Homer Library video. Today we are going to be learning how to make rooms, setting up rooms in Google Slides. So this is an example of my room, and you can see that when I click on things, it'll take me to different places. So here it took me to the Forest Preserve when I clicked on the window. If I click on the whiteboard, it'll take me to our Learn at Homer page. If I click on World Book for Kids, it'll take me to World Book Online. It's a subscription package for the library, Mango. You can learn different languages, and Scholastic Teachables, which takes you to our Learn at Homer page, but you can come here and click on Scholastic Teachables and put your library card number in to log in. We also have a calendar here. We can click on our calendar, and it will take us to our Homer Library calendar. And if we click on this little TV, it takes us to Hoopla, where you can stream some videos, but you can also listen to music, download ebooks and audiobooks at any time. And then here on the rug, we have a little keyboard, and it takes you to somewhere where you can go ahead and play a keyboard. Go back, and we have some Legos on the ground. And here's somewhere where we can pretend to build. So those are all just links to going to websites outside of our Google Slides, but here we have a bookcase, and this is actually linking to another slide in my presentation. And here, if I click on one of these books, it's going to go ahead and take me to Storyline Online, where I can listen to that book being read.
Hello and welcome to the Screen Actors Guild Foundation Book Pals.
But I can go back to this bookcase and click on any of these, and it'll take me to a video of someone reading it. And to get back to the main room, I can click on this image here at the top right. So we're going to go ahead and get started on learning how to build this room and adding the links, and also how to add an additional slide that you can link to within your presentation. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top left, click on Untitled Presentation, and we're going to rename this. So I'm going to name this Google Room Example. And then I'm going to take everything out of this slide. So I'm just going to highlight and select Delete. So we have a blank slide. I'm going to go to Insert, Image, Search the Web, put in Brick Wall. And I'm going to do, actually, brick wall background actually looks good. Put that in. And something that dark. Let's say that this one. Put this image in. And I'm going to go ahead and slide it over. And I'm going to go ahead and crop this. I'm going to click on this. Move up. Let me crop it so that we're at least in our slide. So the work area is actually bigger than the actual slide. So it can be difficult when your image is too big and you leave it too big to be able to tell where your actual slide is. So I like to look over here, and this is what the actual slide will look like. So that's a good representation. I'm going to crop this just a little bit more because I'm going to save some area for my carpet or my flooring. Actually, we might do flooring. So insert, image, search the web. I'm going to do wood floor and maybe background. And I will choose this one. I'm just going to double click on it so that it inserts into my picture. You can see it's still pretty big, but I'm going to go ahead and move it over. And I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out. And I'm going to go ahead and crop it after that. So I'll bring it all the way down and click off. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So I'm going to crop it. I'm going to make it bigger. Okay. So this is our room. We're going to put a picture. Maybe we can put a framed picture in. Let's go ahead and, or maybe a painting. So when we're looking for things to put in our room, we want to make sure that there's a transparent background so that there's no white space or colored space around our image. So we'll put a painting. So let me just find a regular painting, and let's say, I'll say a framed painting. So let's say I selected this and I put it in there. You can see we have all this background. And now since this is a square shape, this would be really easy for me to just crop around. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Insert, Image, search the web, and behind framed painting, I'm going to put transparent background. So many of these will have the background taken out, but let's see. I'm going to go ahead and I'll select this first one. So this one also has the background, and you can see if I try to crop this, let's see, when I try to crop it, when I crop the picture, I square it out, it doesn't have the nice edges to my frame, so I don't want this. Let me see if the other one is a better background. So I'm going to select the second one. Nope. Take that one out too. Insert image, search the web. Let's see. We want to see if there's something that has a transparent background. Nope. We might actually something that we actually like. There. This one doesn't really have a background, but that's fine. This works out for us. So we'll use this picture. I'm going to put it at the top left. We can always move it later. Let's say I also wanted to have a window. I'm going to keep that transparent background in there, but I'm going to put window. And I'm going to do this first one. So now this one really is transparent because even the middle is transparent, not just the background. So this is good though. I'm going to go ahead and put this, it's going to be like the big thing in my room. It's like a little picture window. And I'm going to go ahead and put a background in here so that it looks like we're looking out the window. So I'm going to click Insert, Image, search the web. And I'm going to do maybe a forest. I'm going to click on this picture. What I want it to look like outside. So I'm going to make this picture smaller. And I'm going to crop it a little bit so that it fits in my picture frame. You can see my picture frame is down there in the background a little bit. Let's see. So now we can't see our window, so what we're going to do is we're going to send this picture backward a layer. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to Order, And I'm not going to send it to the back. If I sent it to the back, it would be even behind the brick wall. So I'm just going to send it backward. And there we go. So now it looks like we're looking out our window and we can see a forest is on the other side of our wall. I'm also going to put in another image. So search the web and put a TV and again, transparent background. I have a TV that I like. This is the one I like, so I'm going to take that, put it in there, make it smaller. So I'm just grabbing the lines, I'm just grabbing the corner of the image and kind of dragging down. I like dragging on the corners because I feel like it helps keep the image in proportion. I'm going to put it over here, maybe make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to put some toys in the ground, so I'll put some Legos. Maybe, what is this one? See if it has a transparent background. It does. Okay, perfect. So we'll just put this on the ground. And this looks so nice and neat, and we know that our kids don't leave our toys nice and neat on the ground. So we'll take our mouse and put it on that little circle that's on top of our image. And then the mouse changes. And I'm going to go ahead and start just moving to the left so you can see it's rotating. And there, so there's some of our toys. And then I'm going to put a bookshelf. So I'm going to insert, image, search the web. Again, keep that transparent background, but I'm going to put bookshelf. I also have a bookshelf that I like. Use this one. Make it a little bit smaller. Put it under my picture. And I'm going to put some books on there. So insert image, search the web, and put books, transparent background. This is the image I'm going to use. And make it much smaller. So again, just clicking and going diagonal. I'm just going to fit it on my bookshelf a little bit. It looks best. So it's too big, as you can see. There we go. And then I'm just going to copy it. So Control C and Control V. So Control C to copy and Control V to paste. And then I'm going to change this middle bookshelf, all the books in the bookshelf on the middle. I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to click rotate and flip. So that way it looks a little bit different. Okay, so you can put more stuff in your room. You can put different stuff in your room. It doesn't have to be the same things. But now we're going to make it so that when you click on some of these things, it'll take you somewhere. So let's say for our TV, we're going to take it to YouTube. And maybe we'll just take it just to YouTube. So we'll copy that URL. So Control C. My image is selected. I'm going to go to Insert, Link, paste a link. So I'm going to paste YouTube, apply. For Legos, I'm going to do the history of Legos. Let's look for that. History of Legos. Let's click on this story. This story looks interesting. So we're going to go ahead and select that. So we're going to select Legos. And we're going to go to the history of Legos. And I'm going to go to Insert, Link, Apply. The window, let's see, let's do Will County Forest Preserve. So when you click on this window, it'll take you to the Forest Preserve. This picture, let's say it takes us to the Art Museum, Chicago. So I'll copy that URL, select the image, click Insert, Link, paste it, and apply. Now, when we click on this bookcase, I wanted to actually take us to a close-up of the bookcase. So I'm actually going to insert a new slide. So Insert, New Slide. I'm just going to take this content out. So Highlight, Delete. And I'm going to go ahead and select this image of the wall background. And I'm going to copy it. So Control C, go to Slide 2, Control V. And then I'm going to do the same with my flooring. Select the image and then do Control C. And go to Slide 2 and Control V. And the same with just my bookcase. I'm not going to take the books over, but I'm going to bring just the bookcase. So I'm going to select the bookcase, Control C, and then Control V. So now I'm going to make this bookcase bigger because here's what we're going to focus on. So we're going to put a book on our bookcase. You could put quite a few different books on here, but we're really just going to work with one right now for an example. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to look for a book. I'm going to do Story, Find Online. And I'm going to do Please, Please the Bees. So I'm going to click on this. And I'm going to look for that book cover. So I'm going to go to Google. Please, Please the Bees. I'm going to look at the images. And I'm going to select one of these. Go ahead and right click and then do Copy Image. And I'm going to paste that image in my slide. Make it a little bit smaller so it fits on my bookshelf. And make it a little bit bigger. And you could do quite a few different books. So I'm going to go back to Storyline Online and I'm going to copy this URL. And I'm going to select my image, insert, link, and I'm going to paste that story and click apply. Now I'm going to go back to slide 1 and I'm going to select this bookshelf and go to insert, link, and I'm actually going to be linking to my slide 2. So the bookshelf that we just created in slide 2, we're going to link to that. So instead of pasting something in here, I'm going to go to slides in this presentation and click slide 2 and click apply. Okay. So now we're done and we are going to present. So let's go ahead and click present at the top right. And so this is what it will look like. You click on the TV, it takes you to YouTube. I'll close all these. You click on the window, takes us to the Forest Preserve. The Legos takes us to the history of Legos. The artwork takes us to the art museum. And then when we click on the bookshelf, it takes us to slide 2, the bookshelf we created. And we only put one book on here for now, and that's okay. But when we click on this, it takes us to the book being read. So take that off. Now to go back, if you go down to the bottom left, you'll see that you have a little menu kind of pop up. And I'm just going to click on previous, and it takes us back to that room. And to get out of here, you just click escape. So now if you wanted to share this and you wanted to share it so that they're seeing the presentation, they're not actually seeing Google Slides and everything that you've worked on, and that you don't want them to be able to move things around, we're going to go ahead and click share. And here we're going to go to get link. We're going to click on copy link, and we're going to go to a new tab, and we're going to paste that. So if I click enter right now, it would just take us to that Google Slides. We want it to take us to the presentation, so I'm going to go ahead and backspace, delete out of that, and put that back in. So we're going to take everything from edit all the way to sharing. So if you look right up here at the URL, we're going to click right before the E in edit and highlight all the way to the end of the URL, and we're going to delete that. And we're going to type in present, P-R-E-S-E-N-T. And this is the URL that we are going to share with people. So that's what you would copy and paste an email. That's what you'd copy and paste and put into Facebook or onto your website. And I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And so you see when we do it this way, it takes us straight to the presentation. So that's what you want to send out to your friends. So if you do create a Google Room, we would love to see what you've created. I'm going to show you a couple that my 7-year-old son had created. But please email us your examples, and if you want, we can maybe share that as well. So email that to homerlibrary@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our video.